Hello and welcome, my beautiful people, to another replay here on the Islands of Ice map. Here playing with my friend in the Iowa and me playing the Karl Johan, which I have not featured on this channel yet, I believe. But it's a really interesting ship, and in this replay I get a couple medals I usually don't get. I believe I only have a few of them. I haven't had the Karl Johan that long. I actually got it fairly recently. There was an event where you could like trade in some ships and stuff. So I traded in the Kerr first, got the Karl Johan, and then bought back the Kerr first for coal as I had enough. So that was pretty nice. I essentially got a besides the coal, a free tier 9 premium. And this ship is pretty interesting. Swedish battleship design, which is pretty cool. Or I don't know if it's by Swedish design, but it was planned for Sweden at least. And this is a ship I am still learning how to play. And in this game I really test out all of its features. It definitely seems to be fitting to my playstyle. I prefer brawlers and fast moving ships. Yeah, I also pretty recently got the Njord, which is like this sister ship to this kinda. And so far I really prefer the Karl Johan. Probably because of the secondaries. But I haven't played either of them that much. We decided to split up. My friend goes to the left, I go to the right. He's playing the Iowa, just a straight up awesome ship. And yeah, I go to the right here and let's see what we can do. So what you need to know about the Karl Johan is that it's a fast battleship. At least fairly fast, I think. I'm so scared of saying characteristics of ships. I take this all from memory and my experience. If you watch someone like Jingles or anything, he'll have more detailed information than I'll ever will. But it is what it is. This ship has quite a lot of main guns. They're pretty small though. I believe they're only 305 millimeters, so you can't really do that much, at least in terms of penetration, at least on these tiers that we're fighting, tier 9 and 10. It can be hard to, if you meet something like the Sovietsky Soyuz, there's no point firing AP at all. But these guns are still fairly decent and are really punishing against cruisers. Oh, broadside Kansas. We might be able to do some damage to that. I mean, 305 is still no slouch by any means. You also have quite a lot of them. 4 turrets with 3 guns in them each. That's pretty decent. This ship also has really good secondaries, or not really good, but completely decent secondaries, and have really good torpedoes, it's what I meant to say. At least when it comes to the range. The range of these torpedoes are 13.5 kilometers, I believe. Albeit, they're European torpedoes, and if you only hit a couple, you really won't do any damage, as you'll see later on. But again, this replay really highlights still some of its features pretty well, I would say. Seeing my team pushing that hard to the right, I decide to go a bit back towards the middle as I see the enemy Bungo is there, and obviously that's a really dangerous ship. If the Bungo gets broadsides on us, we're dead. I tried to fire my first salvo here. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? And that was pretty decent. 11k damage, no citadels though. I also fired my torpedoes, but sadly I fired those a bit too early, so it looks like they're gonna miss pretty hard. But hey, at least the European torpedoes are fast. My secondaries also start firing. And oh, that salvo can be pretty good. Nope. These guns can definitely take you for a ride. Sometimes may be good, sometimes maybe shit. Kind of vibe, really. But hey, my secondaries are still firing on him. We get 2 fires, which he doesn't repair. And I try firing again. Not... I mean, it's damage, but not really good. Maybe it's just my poor aim there. But my secondaries are still pretty rapid firing, and as we are angled and he whiffs his shot to our rear, we actually bounce the bungo, which is really nice. So it's not too bad. Looks like the enemies to our right actually managed to push through the corner there and kill our Seorn. Seorn, I'm sorry for my pronunciations. My English has actually gotten worse towards the ears. I fired towards the Edinburgh, but I hit the Worcester, and I actually get a Citadel. Man, I was laughing pretty hard at that. That was pretty fun. Also, you can notice my fire is still going. And I actually get the bungo, which is really nice. There's the set 44 though, which I totally forgot about. So I hit him really decently actually, and I hit my hydroacoustics. I turn to my right again and see that those cruisers are getting really weak. So I want to make sure those get finished while I have my secondaries focusing on the set 44. Now that's a good thing about the ship. You can really multitask. You can put your secondaries to something, you can launch your torpedoes to something else, and you can use your main guns on whatever, to be honest. Oh shit. There's a full health Kansas. That's not great. I'm not even bothering firing AP on him, I just stick to the HE. Maybe I should have fired AP there, but I also believe I had HE loaded against the destroyer. So I thought, you know what, I might as well fire it. I also send out my torpedoes because they have, as I stated earlier, really good range. Oh, here comes the enemy torpedoes from the set 44. And thank God for Hydro, because Hydro actually makes it so we can actually play this pretty aggressively. I decide here not to turn around, not to bail. I think for the benefit of the team, we really need to sink this Kansas, and I really, or even better, I really want to sink the set 44. If I can push close enough to his smoke and survive his torpedoes, maybe I'll be good. Turn to the other side, send out more torpedoes. You know, there's no point just having them. Just might as well send them out. Sure, it's a long shot for them, and they'll probably miss, but, you know, I don't need them, and they have the range, so I might as well send them out. And the reload on the torpedoes is not too bad either. I now notice there's a destroyer all the way on H10. I have no idea what kind of health he's got, but that's not really my priority right now. And now I'm pretty scared for the Z-44 and the Kansas. Luckily, he went out of the smoke on the other side. I expected him to go behind the island, which then would have allowed him to get a way better shot at me with his torpedoes. But maybe my Hydro would have spotted him, so maybe that's why I decided to go the other way. Luckily, I still dodge all his torpedoes though, and I keep pushing. I really need to get him killed though. My teammate uses surveillance radar, but he's just shy, I think. He's just too far away. So, I guess there's not much else I can do rather than keep on pushing, do damage to the Kansas. But our HE is doing work with our secondaries. We're already up to 5 fires, and we're already up to 120,000. And this game is not won by any means necessary if you take a look on our other flank, which did not go so well. My friend is in retreat, and they have more ships there. Hopefully me and this Des Moines, I think, is behind me, can sink this Kansas. This is really risky. I have no idea what I'm doing here, honestly. The Kansas turns around and I am showing complete broadside to him. I believe it's the destroyer I'm afraid for, but honestly, I think in hindsight, I should have just kept pushing. We hit him with a torpedo and we actually get the arsonist medal. And there's the torpedoes. So if I had just kept going, I would have been fine. And the Yamato is now trying to shoot at us. But there's the first medal, which I really rarely get, because I usually fire AP. The arsonist medal. But now I am taking a hit from the Sunyatsen and the Yamato. Try to fire back. The destroyer is still alive though, so I am still really scared of him. But then I get undetected, which could be scary, because then the Z-44 is probably behind the island to my right, and if he pops out, it could be bad. Luckily, the Des Moines with me is probably what he's mostly scared of. I get spotted again. By the way, notice my concealment, 10.6. That's really good for a battleship. Oh no! Oh, I got super lucky there. Man, I see so many flaws in my play here, and then I whiff all my shots into the island. Anyway, the Yamato is like 15k away, but I still fire my torpedoes. Might as well, since they have the range. And if he keeps going towards me, they'll catch up with him. And you'll see that these torpedoes aren't really something you should rely on. They're more of like an additional firepower you have. They don't really work too well as a last resort, and I don't really... They're more supportive. Because check this out. I hit the torpedo, right? That did what? 3,000 damage? Like, it's nothing. The Yamato didn't even try to dodge the torpedo, because it does no damage. But now... now I'm pretty screwed, right? I only got 17,000 health and the Yamato is chasing me down. He doesn't really care how much I angles. Luckily I get undetected for a second. I'm still scared of that Z-44. Oh man, I need to take a drink of my monster here. I'm talking way too fast. Maybe that's my anxiety speaking. Sorry about that. Yep, speak of the Z-44, and there is. Look how bad I am, by the way. If I had just kept going a bit more forward, this would have turned out fine. But somehow, oh, or maybe, no, couldn't dodge that torpedo, because I'm bad. Nevertheless, I get my heal off, and I fire one last salvo towards the Yamato. I saw him fire into the Des Moines. And we get another fire. Excellent. And I get the Witherer medal. Also a medal I've only got a handful of times. The fires have really been working for me this game. I decide to pull back. We managed to win the other flank though, which is really good. My teammate has gone down in the Iowa. Another fire! If I recall, the HE chance on this ship isn't too good. But with the amount of guns it has, plus the secondaries, it can do it. It can fire HE. You can rely on HE way more in this ship than you would have thought. And especially like the Yamato at that angle. Like my AP is probably not gonna do anything. Unless I get a decent shot into the superstructure, but I'd rather just have a couple fires going. It still poses a big threat though. Our Bourgogne has almost full health though. But the Bismarck can definitely go down. Also the Z-44 is still alive. But now that I've regained some health, I decide to push back up with the Östergötland and the Bourgogne. And ooh, looks like the Bourgogne Got a good hit on him. And this is pretty much GG, isn't it? Finally, the Yamato goes down. And this is pretty much GG. They only have the destroyer left. We're up to 176,000 damage. The highlight of this replay was really just showing the ship off. If you ever consider buying it or something like that, it's pretty decent. If you get it at a decent price, not that I would really give Wargaming a lot of my money, but you know, this can be a fun ship. It plays pretty similar to the tier 7 Prince Heinrich and the tier 8 and 9 Seaton and Prince Ruprecht. So if you want to get a taste of it, you can definitely go down the Schlieffen line, as that's actually pretty similar. Coming to think of it, it's pretty much the exact same, really. Long range torpedoes, good secondaries, and weaker main guns. You fire a lot of HE in those guns as well. So if you want to get a taste of it, go down that line. If not, if it ever comes up for sale again, it's a fun ship. And obviously it's fun to have a European battleship. My commander is not the best one on this as well. Here I just fire random shots into the smoke. I tell my friend in Discord, here, I'll get him, check this out. And then I miss. And then I'll tell him again, here, now I'll get him, check this out. It would be fun to get him though, wouldn't it? At this range. Imagine killing the destroyers after before. It's pretty fun. Yeah. I'm sorry if this replay was, if my commentary is not the greatest. I'm still really new to this. Oh, there's the destroyer. He's not actually that far off. I still fire a Hail Mary shot though. Get pretty good dispersion. But is it enough? Yes, it is! And we managed to finish him. Up to 178,000 damage, 3 kills, 162 secondary hits, and 7 fires in total. Really good game. And I got a couple rare medals that I don't get too much. So it was a fun game, even though it wasn't the best. We don't get top, but we get 2k base, which is pretty decent. Obviously the bulk of the damage was on the Kansas and the Bungo. And still, all in all, pretty good. Thank you so much